Vainglory Cup Series. I'm Jason Kaplan, joined by Don John. How are you doing today, man?
Oh yeah, we're very, very good. I actually did not capture a lot of the first cup you did on Wednesday with Blue.
Yeah, Blueberries was actually joining me for the Cup on Wednesday, where we had some actually phenomenal games. A couple of upsets, too. We had Team Collab coming up big, actually getting to the round of 16, where they fortunately got shut out by Red Team 2. And then we had a team, wasn't necessarily on our radar, Team Unknown, coming through to actually pick up the victory in the whole thing to beat out on Redemption's former team, Red Team 2 in the finals, and then they ended up picking up the first victory in the Vainglory Cup Series.
Did not expect that.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people out there really didn't. I guess it really caught us off guard as well. But the games we're bringing today, it's now a new whole tournament bracket, 64 teams in this. And then we have our first game, Team Wicked up against VIP. Team Wicked actually got knocked out in the round of 64 by Nemesis, which was a game that we were trying to cast last time. And Nemesis actually did make it relatively far. VIP did win in their first round. They got knocked out in the round of 32 to the eventual winners of Team Unknown. And the Wicked game, which hopefully we'll be dropping into in just a few seconds, will be really extraordinary. And we also have something new to bring. We're having bans this time, and I think you can talk a little bit about that to us.
It's super interesting because it's the first time actually we are using bans in an official cup. We used to use that already in some community cups and saw that a couple of times. I'm actually a fan of it. I think it's more competitive to use bans in a MOBA because, like, you would imagine that you have in highly competitive leagues or games a lot of people who actually can play more than just one champion, and so they're comfortable with getting banned their main, maybe.
Okay. And just to kind of describe how the bans are going to work, it's not like Team A bans out a champion and then Team B or Team B and A can't play. It's you ban one champion away from the other team, and the other team does that as well. And we actually already had our first bans come in for this game between these two teams. And who would have guessed it? It was a double Scarf ban.
Yeah.
Not really surprising since we saw him really rise to power when it came to the 1.4 patch, where his damage his passive damage just skyrockets.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I think we're just trying to, actually we are back in the lobby, so we want to tell the teams to start this game up, and hopefully we're going to have an exciting one for you guys watching out there. Remember, you guys can always participate. The next cup will be coming up on Wednesday. Just make sure to sign up for that one and be on time. And of course, every Sunday throughout the entire month.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, it looks like the picks have started, so we're going to go ahead and drop that on your screen in just a few seconds. I'm getting used to this because we have some fancy new stuff to bring in. And let me go ahead and drop us into the picks. And we're going to have also, for everyone wondering at home, there is a 3-minute delay on stream this time.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of questions of whether or not teams, potentially get an advantage from seeing the other teams pick and stuff like that. But that's all eliminated. And as we can see the picks coming in, it is going to be pretty similar to what we've seen before. But we're seeing Taka for the first time in the tournament, at least in the games that we've casted.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward for that, actually, to see Last Romeo playing that Taka. It's going to be interesting. Seeing double Vox, both sides. Absolute X0 is playing his most famous Vox, actually. We saw him a couple of times competing actually versus Fuji, who's mostly laning for Nemesis lately. Yeah, we see Wicked Cyan Youth playing his Arden, and Wicked Lollipop is on Koshka as well. We have another Koshka, the Ace, 50 EUs playing Koshka with a contract, actually. And Taka is going for a weapon. Blade. And
speaking of the contract, we actually don't see one on the side of Wicked, which is interesting.
That's odd. I would have guessed that Arden is going for one. Didn't look like it.
Well, we have seen before, I can't remember the team on the top of my head, but it was a team that ran a Scarf, kind of as a supporty, roamy kind of role. And he bought Boots first and got really aggressive, and then he went back and bought the contract a little bit later on. But keep in mind, our 1.4 patch contract was changed around a bit. You don't have to tank up the minions in the jungle to actually get, the benefit. It's a lot more, I would say, noob-friendly, but it's a lot nicer in general just to help get the roamers, some sort of income.
Totally agree on that. So, apparently, Wicked Cyan is not going for the boots, so it's not an aggressive play. So why then go not for the contract? Because it's literally losing money at the moment, or gold.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe we'll see him change a little bit later on, but just sit on a little bit of extra HP and then working together. I'm actually really interested how the Taka-Koshka combo is going to work. Can you kind of elaborate on that?
Assassin. I mean, Koshka can jump in and just do her Drilling Death and doing a lot of damage. And as soon Last Romeo hits level 6, he's so deathly with his X-Ray Soup. That's going to be hard. Hard times for Arden to protect his team there.
And you have to wonder as well, when it comes into the late game, when these team fights happen, I would imagine just a stun out of Koshka and they're going to try to burst down Absolute X immediately on that Vox.
Yeah, that's probably the thing they should go for, because, well, we saw him a couple of times. He's getting a lot of damage here, by the way. He's not quite up to his game at the moment in lane, getting pushed a bit by Huboni, who is also playing Vox. And it's quite interesting seeing a double Vox in lane, actually. It's because you can see actually who's doing the better in terms of last hitting, who's getting the more gold out of it. And for that moment, it looks like... Oh, we do see... Yeah, Absolute X Zero a bit behind. Oh, actually, no, he's ahead. Sorry, messed that up.
Oh, it's all good. I mean, they're pretty close to each other anyways. Just what, one difference, not too big of a deal.
That's fine.
And let's keep in mind, you know, Team Wicked and VIP, both North American teams. And they're playing on the European server, so ping might be a little bit of an issue. It looks like we might finally see our first little bout coming in, though, as Lost Romeo and the Ace are going to back away. But they do have a lot of scout traps down, which we haven't seen so far at Team Wicked.
Yeah, scout traps are super important.
Well, they finally get one, but I mean, it's like right on. They're not using it to really give them any sort of vision.
Yeah, that's basically just... Oh, it's two. It's two, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
They just popped one. A third one is going down as well.
Oh, wow. They're taking...
Now engaging, actually, into the jungle of Team VIP. They're the scout traps. You called them.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some teams invest like a ridiculous amount of money into those just to get some sort of control, since that's their only real way besides a flare to get any sort of, you know, vision. Yeah. Oh, Haboni might get a little bit caught out. There is a three-man push. They're going for some damage, but it's a Vox. He'll be able to dash away. Should be fine. I'm curious again, you know, the Kashka Taka combo. You talked about the double assassins. You know, around what level or maybe what item in particular are you going to start to see them really amp up in damage?
I would guess that Taka's probably going for an tension bow. Oh, we see some damage down there. Oh, it's just a scout trap, just curious. I don't know,
Romeo is going to get caught out, though. He will have the stealth to potentially escape. And nice timing on that. Good use, too. Yeah, get behind him.
I think they saw him maybe because of the scout trap there. So they probably know where he is, and three-man onto him, and Vox is joining. Absolute X Zero is doing a lot of damage already. And he should go down. It's one more hit. But barely surviving that, actually. Oh!
Might be bait him into trap. He has his stealth backup. He's going to use it, but Haboni might get caught out. And there's the first kill coming in for Team Wicked. Last Romeo trying to back away. He might be right in the trap, though. Are they going to spot him? Lollipop runs right by him, and he does get away with his life, but he lost his teammates. And that's Wicked getting a strong start.
Yeah, that's sweet. I love those backports, especially with Taka. It's so easy, actually. But sometimes you just get unlucky and they see the bush you're choosing for backporting. So, yeah, you just asked me about, in terms of builds, what Last Romeo and the Ace might go for. At the moment, it looks like that the Ace is more going to be, yeah, actually the tank of the team.
Okay.
Has some light shield and all-card, and it looks like an intention bow for Taka, which is quite normal.
So, the tanky build, I can kind of, I guess, understand if I just kind of think about how it would work. You know, they're looking for the Ace to be the initiate of the team to catch up. I would assume Absolute X Zero, or even Lollipop, depending on his build route. And he's going to be the one taking up most of the damage until Last Romeo can get in, and maybe Haboni can get some damage across with his ultimate. So I guess in my head, I mean, I'm not, again, a professional, you know, Vainglory player, but it makes sense.
It makes sense, totally, yeah. I agree with what they're doing at the moment. And it looks like that Team Wicked wants to pick up a kill here, actually. Three-man moving in onto Haboni. He's getting a bit of poke. Trilling Death is not doing the final damage there, but he is staying behind his tower now and is probably not able to farm. So, a worth push there.
Well, it looks like that scout trap, though, will spot them out, pushing away from that area. So you can be a little bit more confident. The Ace, though, can be very ballsy running straight into that bush. But they're taking so much damage. Absolute X Zero, he's
yeah, that's a scout trap damage. Yeah, he's going back. Let's see what he's finishing, actually. Let's see. There he is. So, Heavy Prism and a Crystal Bit. And actually, all of the members of Team Wicked are running on O-card at the moment. It's probably because, as we already said, we do have with Last Romeo, he's like doing huge damage as soon he's hitting level 6, and it's coming out of the blue, basically. Okay. So, maybe for a bit more sustain.
And we also have to keep in mind the flare changes with it not being basically global to being more of a limited kind of range. I think it was 6 meters, and that makes it a little bit easier for Taka to get in there and do his damage, especially using that stealth to his advantage. But Lollipop level 5, Zion level 4, they're constantly looking for this kill on the top side, but credit to Haboni. I mean, he did die already once. He's playing this one very safe. He realizes...
Oh, Last Romeo. I don't know if he knows that he's in a bad spot there. Oh.
Well, he knows now as he drops to a sliver of life. But he will better back away. The Ace, though, will he be as lucky? He did build tank, and now Haboni coming in from the side, doing some good damage. Look at Lollipop. He's not afraid. He's not afraid at all to be right in their faces. And he's taking a hefty amount, being forced to back away. Zion, though, might fall from this one. That will be the first kill coming for the side of VIP. They're looking for number 2. Lollipop, he's not going to escape this now. Absolute X Zero. They might get the Ace. He's going to speed away. The trap damage going to do a good hefty amount, and he could turn this around if he can get back in.
Oh, yeah. Sweet one. Nice Sonic Zoom there. Oh, but did he step too far? I'm not quite sure. No, it's 6 seconds cooldown on a Sonic Zoom for Albino. He should be. Yeah, he's safe. Another Scout Trap though. Moving on to that Scout Trap. Wonderful timed onto that Scout Trap actually. Like he saw that he's going to step into there and just timed it perfectly to just drag him down.
Well played by him. I mean, we've seen a lot of individual plays coming up really big. The one I'm thinking of in particular is, I believe it was Medic off of Unknown, where he was constantly dancing around Akashka near the gold mine and was constantly hitting the enemy team when they would try to attack it and take it. And just as long as he kept going in and out of the fight, they would take so much damage from tanking him up that he ended up picking up 2 kills and saving the gold mine.
Oh, and by the way, in the end, it doesn't look like it that Last Romeo is going for a tension bow. He has actually a heavy steel now and is so on even more damage. We might see if he's going to finish his tension bow in the end. Would be interesting, but so he is on more damage already, and Hobenio just finished his Eve of Everest.
Alright, so he's going to have more sustain when it comes to the fights. And he has to, I guess, worry about when it comes to Lollipop jumping on top of him and Absolute X Zero doing some good damage. And, you know, we haven't talked too much about Arden, I guess. I mean, the ultimate...
He has his contract now.
He does. He does have it done. I think it's been done for, I'd say, like 2-3 minutes, so he's picking up a little bit more income. But his ultimate, like,
yeah,
that is going to be really deadly to zone or to trap a team.
Yeah, that's true. He's still, well, he probably nearly a level away from level 6, so he barely just got level 5. We'll see. Maybe if he picks up that... No, okay, never mind.
He's about halfway, but he's going to walk right into a trap, but he does some good damage. They're trying to turn it back onto him, and there goes the Koshka's ulting many people across the map. But Taka is going to be the first one to go down from this one, and a good, strong start from Team Wicked, but it will be a 1-for-1 trade. Hoboni, though, he should be able to chase that down to match. He's going to have his dash back up. He does have it up, and there's the kill. Now he's up against Lollipop, trying to kite them really well as Ace coming in from the side will force him back. And that'll be a 2-for-1 exchange in favor of VIP.
Yeah, probably picking there the gold miner. They want to go for that since we are 9 minutes already into the game. This is juicy full with 300 gold for per team member of Team VIP.
Okay.
Let's see. Is it actually... Oh, Lollipop is coming in, is trying to get the kill onto Ace, or maybe just the gold miner? I don't know yet.
Oh, Ace, you're so low on life! All right, he will escape that one. Good job by Hoboni to zone out Lollipop to keep him coming in. So they get the extra money. Like I said, a little bit of extra income. The items are starting to flood in for the side of VIP. And we're starting to see them take more control of this game. I mean, just look at the gold difference as well. They're almost 2,000 ahead.
Yeah, that's... I mean, it's 900 gold for the whole team of VIP if they pick up a full gold miner, which is a lot actually, and they just picked 2 kills before that. And yeah, only Lollipop were able to survive that, so that's a lot of gold at the moment for Team VIP.
Okay, well, we do have ultimates online. Zion, the one in particular I'm looking at to see him use it in this fight. He's going to catch out Ace, or at least spot him out while he's actually shopping, but he's taking on half HP already. Now Absolute Zero forced to actually take quite a hefty amount of damage. He's going to get almost locked up, I would assume, but look at the damage from Taka. It is ridiculous. He's able to dash in with the help of Ace to pick up a kill, and it looks like this should be VIP's fight.
Yeah, that should be an Ace. Is it?
Yeah, Wicked, Zero, or Zion.
There it is. First Ace. Well played. Well, I don't know, probably because Arden went shopping there. Took maybe 1 minute too long to look at.
So they caught out Ace, actually, in the bush. He was buying up, and Zion walked through a couple of traps.
But Arden was not able to save him since he was shopping, because normally that's his job. If a team member is caught off guard, he is able to use his Vanguard to push him out of there.
Yeah, well,
out of a bad spot.
Well done to VIP, though. I mean, we're seeing like a little bit of a difference in compositions, which is nice. You know, Arden and Taka being used instead of Scarf.
Yes.
But we're also seeing the teams adapt quickly. You know, to the recent ban that was included into the matches. Lollipop might catch out Ace.
There on. Oh, another one actually countered onto the Ace. He's going down now to the wait for it from the X0X, and actually another kill for him, picking up that Taka, which went way too deep.
I mean, you can be ahead with all the money in the world, but if you make plays like that, and if you give away kills that you necessarily didn't want to, potentially a turret too, then that lead doesn't mean anything, and the team's going to catch right back up. And you know, Zion, he's getting tanky. He's getting there eventually. And looks like they do want to steal the gold mine away. I can't actually see how much money it has mined up for the team.
They picked it up at minute 9, so it's already well nearly 3 minutes in there. Yeah, we can't see it unfortunately in the spec mode how much they picked up, but
It looks like it was a decent enough amount if
Yeah.
Absolute X0 is sitting on 1,700 gold. You have Zion at 1,000 and Lollipop at about 1,100. But still, one turret in favor on the side of VIP. 12 minutes in. I think this is where the game starts to really pick up speed, especially when it comes to the Kraken coming up at that 15-minute mark. We've actually saw a team, I think it was Red Team 2, I'm going to just put myself out there and guess, that actually took it at the 15-minute mark. So they did like, what, 75% of the damage to it before it even got its first attack off?
Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. If you can time that and like move and rotate in the right direction and maybe push your enemy into their jungle and be able to pick up Kraken as soon he spawns, or she. We don't know about that.
That's a good point. We don't know.
So there is actually the gauntlet dropping down, and Vox is quite zomed out, and the Ace is the first target going down there to Absolute X0. Another kill though for... Oh my goodness, I couldn't even capture that. There's an Ace for Team VIP. I'm sorry, quite too slow there. Well,
Hoboni almost completely messed that up. He was sitting on the edge of the gauntlet, and then he ran in. As a second it was disappearing and still got stunned anyways. But it was, I feel like the gauntlet was actually well placed because you had Hoboni zoned out. You had less Romeo and the Ace tanking up the damage. It's just they couldn't do the damage quick enough to the tank where you have the Ace and the healing as well with the items he's been able to pick up to stop, to stop them from healing up enough or at least being able to burst them down.
Yeah, which is another tower though in the end, which means another 900 gold for Team VIP, which will make them even stronger. So, trying to pick up here, Last Romeo, on a Scout Trap and a Yummy Kitten Frenzy, gets invisible though. He's able to survive this one. Sneaky, wait for it, gets Absolute X0 quite low, and there is Wicked Lollipop jumping back in, but there's the X-Ray actually finishing off. Another Ace confirmed? Not yet. There it is. Oh, yeah.
There you go, and I mean, you look at the health bars of the team as they do quickly heal up, but Hoboni wasn't even attacked the whole time. Well, and you have to question why.
It was super important for Romeo that he survived that team fight, actually. I mean, he got Yummy Catnip Frenzied on a Skull Trap and was able to survive it and then pick up a kill in the end. So, quite good place there for him and for his whole team to pick up another Ace, actually, and yeah, another tower.
Okay, so well done by them. You really have to question, I guess, some of the team fights out of Wicked. I mean, that was a good catch by Lollipop, is what we're trying to say. It was a really well done. But again, they just didn't have the damage they needed to burst down Romeo. And he's able to escape. They're able to take the gold mine. And with 30 seconds left to go on the Kraken, they're going to buy up. They're actually pretty far ahead of items. Actually, why don't you walk us through what you've seen picked up for this team? Because you can just look. They have more items across the board.
Yeah, we do see, actually, Takan, in the end, not even going for the tension bow, which we would suspect from the items he started with, but actually running on a Solar Blade, which is giving him so much damage and so much weapon plate, actually. Weapon power, there we go, sorry.
I mean, you know 2 languages, I know 1. I mean, it's understandable.
The Tornado Trigger is also, I like that, because you can stack with his heroic perk, the chance of getting critical damage, quite good, and if you have the possibility of faster auto attacks, that's quite good.
I think I just saw Buddy pop an infusion, crystal power infusion.
Let me check that. Yeah, we do have Hubaniu.
I think this is Sim saying, this is them saying in general, like, we want to fight you, and we want to end the game really soon.
Yeah.
That's a big investment. I mean, yeah, it's not too much gold, but when you can save that, 500 gold a little bit later on to buy up an item.
I mean, as soon they pick up a kill now, they will go for Kraken, for sure. And, yeah, she or he will melt. We do see the question mark already. Team Wicked is, they're sure about that. Actually, they're starting capturing her. Let's just keep it that way.
That's really quick, too. You can see the damage they're doing. And
that's the safe one.
Well, Team Wicked will bit again. I was going to say, I thought they were going to push down from the top side. They're going to push the turret instead, and they're going to get flanked from the back. This is really dangerous. This could be the fight that determines the whole game.
It is. Oh, another nice... Oh, actually nice counter with the Yummy Captain Frenzy there. We do see on the other side X0X going down and finishing off... yeah, Wicked Sign as well. You said it. It's another Ace. It's a Kraken. She wants to push those towers, and only 2 Vayne Crystal Towers left. So...
Well, you know, they should ideally fall just from the Kraken alone.
Yeah.
And Ace is even jumping to take a little bit of damage just so they can take it down quicker. So that looks like we're going to have VIP taking the win, advancing through yet again 2 cups in a row now into the round of 32. And unfortunately, Team Wicked just didn't have what it took towards the end of the game.
Yeah. Is she going to do even 1 hit? Well, yeah.
There it is.
Last one. Last hit it.
The one to finish it off with. Well done by them. And that means we have one of our first teams now getting through into the round of 32.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. Nice match.
All right, we can see the score really quickly there as we do hop back to us. But well done in the end by them. I'm going to turn the audio down because it's actually a little bit loud. But, you know, well played. Again, it was just like that one snowball, that one little fight that they took that really kind of gave them full control. And then the Koshka combo was
I especially like
really
what Las Romeo did in the team fights in general, because he always tried to stay safe but deal some damage. Always, well, used his second ability, normally not to like engage the team fight.
To get away, right?
Yeah, he used it to get away and then join again and kill. Mostly Absolute X0.
And you gotta give him credit too, because he was the one baiting out the Koshka ultimate.
Yeah.
Like he was always getting locked down, but they didn't have enough damage to finish him off. And like you said, getting away, escaping, coming back in the fight later on, it just netted themselves the win.
Yes.
All right. Well, I believe the game we're going to next, not 100% confirmed, guys, but is ideally what we're going for. It's going to be Fitspellen up against Madhouse or Kingslayer. It's going to be the winner of that game.
Fitspellen, though. Fitspellen?
Okay. Am I saying it wrong?
No. I just meant like because they came out of the blue.
Yeah.
For the last cup. Never heard of them.
They finished 4th too. I think they lost out to Red Team 2. Yeah. So. Again, a team that we're looking forward to. I can actually kind of tell you their roster, or at least what I wrote down. Bayou, Legendaries, Leia, and Tony Luo. Or Luo. I think it's Luo.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, well, that just kind of shows a lot of talent untapped up there.
Yeah.
But guys, I think we're going to head to a quick little break as I work my fancy new buttons. But when we come back, we'll be kicking off our next game. It's going to be in the round of 32, and we will see you then.